Hi guys, welcome back. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you a minimalistic makeup kit and how I will use the minimalistic makeup kit. So in this video, I try to choose the least amount of products and brushes that I can use to create a full, complete makeup look using just those products. So they are the best products that I have that I can recommend to anyone who wants to have a full and complete makeup kit with the least number of products that they can have. Instead of just showing you the products and telling you how to use them, I will actually be showing you the products and how I will use them to create a full makeup look. So let's get started.
Definitely moisturizer is an essential part of a makeup kit. Make sure that it works well under makeup, and my choice is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. Now for my base, I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. I love this foundation because it works on all skin types, dry, normal, or combination. It just depends on your skin prep. To apply, I'm using a sponge. I just prefer a sponge over a brush because it just lays down the product very flat on my skin. I'm using the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponge. For a minimal makeup kit, a sponge is definitely the best choice because it is multitasking and it is very easy to use with no skills required. For concealer, I recommend a thick liquid concealer that's full coverage and that you can use both on your under eyes and your blemishes. My choice is the NYX HD concealer. However, I don't have the right shade, so I have to mix it with a Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 10. To apply, I like to use my fingers and then just tap it in with the same sponge that I use for foundation. By the way, I always use a sponge damp. I never use it dry because it just doesn't look as good when I use it dry. And I'm only using the Miracle Complexion sponge because it's the one that's clean. Any brand that you like is fine, and I have a ton of sponge reviews that you can watch on my channel. I also use the same under eye concealer as an eye primer or an eye base. It's actually one of the easiest and best ways to improve your eyeshadow without having to spend extra money. Then I'm using the excess concealer on the back of my hand just to highlight the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and the center of my forehead. Then I give my base a moment to set on its own before I go in with powder, making sure to remove any excess product on my under eye so that it doesn't crease. Now on to my most loved, most overused brush. This is the Goss airbrush. I use it for almost everything on my face, along with a Kat Von D shade and light contour kit. So first, I'm going to use this shade. This is a banana shade to set my under eyes and the center of my face. I like using yellow toned powders for setting because they just help to also correct any ashiness on my base products. So I'm just lightly pressing that yellow powder on my under eyes and also on the center of my face, including my nose, bridge of the nose, center of my forehead, and my chin. Now using the same brush and powder, I'm going to set my eyelids because I used the concealer as an eye primer, so I have to set it with a powder. Now after setting, I just apply a bronzer to the perimeter of my face. So first I start from the ear and go down to the hollow of the cheekbone. And to pack in more product, I just lightly tap it on first so that I'm sure that the skin is completely set, and then I go back to swiping motions. And so that my color matches with the rest of my body, I apply bronzer also to the sides of my forehead. I'm using the second darkest shade of the contour palette, by the way. And then also moving along my jawline just to match my neck. Next, to sculpt my nose, I use the first contour shade, the lightest one. And using the same brush, I use it to shade the sides of my nose. Then I went in with the lightest highlight shade because I wanted to make sure that my eyes were completely set. But then I suddenly remembered to use this peach toned highlight shade as a sort of blush, but not really because it's not that pigmented. It's just there to add a bit more dimension to my cheeks and a bit more color. Now, finally, let's move on to the eye. So I'm using the first contour shade as a transition shade using a Zoeva 227 brush. I just apply it to my crease using windshield wiper motions and small circular motions to buff. Because I'm trying to demonstrate how to get like a full makeup look, I have to switch to a smaller brush so I can get that deeper contour shade. So I'm using the third contour shade with a small shader brush. This is a Marionnaud precise shader brush, and I'm just backing on the deepest shade on the outer corner of my eyes to kind of contour them. So you can actually use the contour kit not just to contour your face but also to contour and elongate or round if you want your eyes. So I'm also bringing in that deeper contour shade to the crease just to further deepen my crease. Now for the lower lash line, I just use the second contour shade to lightly run over my lower lash line before I switch over to the darkest contour shade and focus that on the outer corner. And then I use the lightest highlight shade to highlight the inner corner of my eyes as well, just to open it up and further elongate it. And then just to clean up and blend the edges, I'm using the clean Zoeva 227 brush to buff out the edges. And we're switching over to a spoolie and eyebrow liner brush. I'm gonna use the contour kit to do my brows. So I just brush up all the brow hairs first and then use the deepest contour shade to fill in my brows. You can also use any of the contour shades. I just chose the darkest one for no particular reason other than to see what it would look like. Then I just blend out the brows using the spoolie and then apply clear brow gel to set the brows. So I'm using the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. This is a clear brow gel and I just run it through the brows, brushing it up to set. I think the shade that I chose worked fine because this is what it looks like. Now I decided to add a bit more highlight to my cheekbones using the lightest highlight shade. And to wrap up the eyes, an eyelash curler is definitely essential to ensure your lashes are curled all day long. And then for mascara, I chose the Maybelline Falsies Push Up Angel Mascara. This is just a really good mascara for keeping in a curl the entire day and also for volumizing your lashes. And don't forget to also coat your bottom lashes with a good layer of mascara. And this is what the makeup looks like so far, using only one palette and as few brushes as possible. And then I add a bit more color to the cheeks because I wasn't satisfied yet, but we're almost at the end. Now let's move on to the lips. So for lips, I would rather have lip liners than lipsticks. I remember reading a book when I was younger. It was 2 lipsticks and a lover, and it said that French women only needed 2 lipsticks and a lover, a lipstick for day, a lipstick for night, and a lover. So I chose 2 lip liners. One is a daytime color, a nudie mauve, and a nighttime color, a darker version of the same color. I chose a lip liner instead of a bullet lipstick because with a lip liner you can overline your lips. And as a final touch, because I didn't include a highlight in my list of makeup essentials, I'm gonna apply moisturizer to the tops of my cheekbones, sort of as a liquid highlight. I actually learned this from Mary Phillips and Drew Barrymore. And this is the final look of the daytime version of the look using my makeup essentials. And this is what it would look like with a darker lip. So I'm just laying the darker lip liner over the same lip color that I chose earlier. So you can pump it up for nighttime and then applying a second layer of mascara.
And this is it. This is the final look. So you can just customize the products that you use, but for my makeup kit, those are the products that I would use to keep a very minimalistic makeup kit but still be able to do a full glam look for daytime or for nighttime whenever I want to. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel down below. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and all that jazz. I will see you next time. Bye!